Hello there, and welcome to show number 575. Welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. I am very thrilled you're here, and don't be shy to say hello. I've missed 2 weeks because of the holidays, and I'm back. And so I hope I can get a lot of people to join me. Welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. The live show discussion topics, as always, include anything you think is reasonable, important, newsworthy about racism, bigotry, inequality, and corruption in America. And that's everything. Leslie, oh my gosh, I have to tell you, I did not even know my friend Les is a star. Okay, I'm going to just kind of, show off for you a little bit. He has a TikTok. He is amazing. He says the truth. He speaks the truth. He says the truth, and he's hilarious. So check him out on TikTok. And I just got onto TikTok, so I'm still learning about it a little bit, but thrilled to have you, Les, and jump in anytime. The show is meant to be an opportunity for viewers to speak their mind, and most importantly, to serve as an educational tool in cultural competency for people who are just learning and beginning to understand systemic racism and all these subjects and how they're intertwined. It's really important to understand the truth about systemic racism in America. It doesn't mean that you blame people. It doesn't mean that you make people feel guilty. But I personally want to know my real racial history. Do you? I mean, I don't want to be lied to. I don't know. What can I say? I kind of want the truth. That's just what I do. So I assume most people do as well. And I want to start, but just a quick announcements, thanking people who are sending me all the news that I cannot keep up with. And if you are kind enough to send me the news, it's right here where you can send it. And you can also write me personal messages there and say hello, because I'm getting kicked off every platform left and right. So get in touch with me, because who knows what's next to be kicked off of. Anna is going to join me tonight later on. She is celebrating Kwanzaa with her family. And so I told her just drop on in whenever she can. Ronald, yay! Awesome. Thanks for being here. Oh my gosh, what a show tonight. I'm hoping that people will participate because I want to know what you think. Oh, look who's here. Wow, you're here. Let me see. Let me just get you in here. Boop. Oh, there you are. There I am. Now we're both. Hey, let me try this again. Oh my goodness. This isn't letting me. It's not letting me let you in. Let me see something. Boop. Okay. How about that? It's not going to let us on at the same time. Nice. Oh, boop. That might do it. Let me get us in. There's you. There's me. But we're not together.
I know.
I'm sure it's just a button I'm not pushing, but God knows. How are you? Did you celebrate Kwanzaa tonight with your family?
Yes, definitely. We went out for dinner tonight, and we went to a Black-owned restaurant.
Awesome.
Hello, awesome. Dave.
Let's see. Oh, Dave, welcome. Yay. Thanks for being there. I'm just going to call my help to see why. I'm sure it's something I've done.
Roger that.
Oh, wait a second. Maybe I. That's really strange that all of a sudden it doesn't want to share. Okay, let me get my helper up here. And we'll go from there. T, welcome. Yay. Let me just see here. I'm so happy to have you. Okay, I won't put him on speaker. That one's very nice. Hey, I need your help. I can't get both of us on. Thanks. Poor guy. We have had one hell of a week in our family. I have to say, I won't give you all the gory details, but it's not pretty. No, it is not. It has not been pretty. To start, Mr. FS Black, welcome. Yay. Thanks for being here. We missed 2 weeks, so we're back and we have lots to talk about. I was just telling people, thank you so much for sending me notifications of all the crazy things going on. If you want to call in, we have the number right here. Boop. And let me My trusty engineer, look at us. I can't get us both on. I'm sure it's just a button I'm not pressing.
You guys live yet?
We're live, yeah. As are you. Yeah, I do not know. Uh-oh. Kind of strange. But anyway, today we're going to start by talking about just a little bit about what is Kwanzaa. And I'm not going to put my trusted co-host on the spot, but we have a video and it's really short, but it's perfect. Perfect. So pretty crazy. Just give us 1 second. Sorry for the delay. And while you're waiting, tell me, have you had a holiday break?
So basically, you know, I'm retired. So every day's a break for me. So, but the kids are here. We have all the kids here. My oldest is here. My 26-year-old is here. So
Oh, cool.
she's amazing. And so, you know, we went to New York and we had the full New York experience. We had a crazy person yelling at us
Oh, well,
for
there we are.
yeah, we're together again.
Thank you. A crazy,
Reunited.
you can't
And
leave
it
New York
feels
without
so
a crazy
good.
person. Anya, welcome to the show. Thanks for being
And
here. Go on, tell me more. And this is
so what's
during your
going
break.
on, Anya and Talonda at Mr. SF Black? So we went to New York. It was an impromptu trip. And
Oh wow,
so we went to New York for a couple of days because you know I'm originally from New York.
I do.
And so instead of us driving up there, we took they call it the Chinese bus.
I know what that is. I know
Yes.
what
And it's
that
like
is.
20,
Oh my god, I know what that is. It's
right,
so cool. It's not that expensive, but it's kind of crazy.
right. And so we took the bus up there. It was like 4.5 hours, which it would have been the same thing if we were driving. So then we didn't have to worry about parking. We didn't have to worry about fighting people that was messing on our cars and stuff like that. And so we had a really, really good time out there. Like I said, we were riding the trains constantly. So we had the crazy person trying to lay on one of my kids. You had the
Really?
guy, huh?
Okay. Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
we had this guy that he was selling his rap beats, and he told us that we was broke because we wouldn't buy any of his rap beats.
Okay.
And we went down to downtown Brooklyn, seen a younger man beating up an older man over a cab. It was crazy. It was like the
Welcome to New
full
York.
New York
Did you feel did you feel at home?
concierge type of situation. It was
Damn.
crazy.
Oh wow.
And
But
then we came back.
what the kids think? Were they like,
I mean, so my kids, you know, basically grew up, they're military kids. So they
so they
weren't used to seeing it. And my one daughter was like, I wish we would have drove so we didn't have to ride the train. I'm like, yeah, that's good for you because you don't have to find a parking space. You don't
oh
have to
so
worry about
crazy
it.
driving? Yeah.
Right. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about somebody hitting you. You don't have to worry about it still being a red light and somebody honking at you because you haven't moved. So, you know, but we had a good time.
It's traumatic down there. It's traumatic down there.
Right.
Well, yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. And anyone else
Of
want to share
course.
what you've been doing? I'm going to start us with a quick video on what Kwanzaa is. Some people already know, but since our show is always geared towards educating beginners in understanding systemic racism, that's where we're going to start. And I am so thrilled to have Anastasia here. And so we will share the screen and go from there. Okay. I hope you like it.
Kwanzaa is a holiday that was started by Dr. Malenga Karenga in 1966. The reason that he felt a need to start a brand new holiday was because he felt that African Americans that lived outside of the continent of Africa were detached from the values and culture of the continent of Africa. And he wanted them to feel good about themselves and to have something that they could connect to make their lives better. Kwanzaa is actually derived from a Kiswahili word meaning first harvest. All through the continent of Africa and many other places, people celebrate the harvest. They give thanks for the harvest. So Kwanzaa really means first fruits or harvest time. Kwanzaa is not a religious holiday, it's a cultural holiday, which means that you can celebrate whatever your tradition is and still enjoy Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is observed the day after Christmas, which means you can still celebrate Christmas. From December 26th all the way through January 1st, New Year's Day, so 7 days. So the 7 days you're actually celebrating and thinking about 7 principles. Those 7 principles are called the Nguzo Saba. The 7 principles of Kwanzaa are Umoja, unity; Kuchishambulia, self-determination; Ujima, collective work and responsibility; Ujamaa, cooperative economics; Nia, purpose; Koumba, creativity; and last but not least, Imani, faith. Those are 7 principles that everyone can use to have a better life. It doesn't matter if you're African American, it doesn't matter where you're from. These 7 principles will help you to be a better human being and also help to make the world a better place. The candelabra for Kwanzaa is called a kinora. It is 7 candles that represent, again, the 7 principles. So the middle candle is black, that represents the people. Then you have 3 candles representing the blood, and then 3 candles that represent the earth or the hard work that you do. I think that what resonates with people about this holiday is that it really is a holiday that makes you look within and then connect with the people around you. So part of Kwanzaa also is looking at your relationships, people who you might need to ask forgiveness from, people who you might need to forgive. The Kwanzaa celebration at the American Museum of Natural History is literally the largest Kwanzaa celebration in the United States. Thousands and thousands of people come in to see the Kwanzaa celebration. And as a storyteller, I am just proud, and every year I look forward to coming and sharing with everyone about Kwanzaa.
We have about 10,000 people that come together to celebrate every year, with shows that include performances as well as storytelling and teaching about the principles and all of the nature of the holiday of Kwanzaa, as well as a popular marketplace that opens for artisans to come and sell the wares at the museum for just one day.
And you see people of every ethnicity, every race, every religion coming together to celebrate love, to celebrate culture, to celebrate the great and rich contribution of African Americans and the African diaspora. What's wonderful about Kwanzaa for everyone is that it gives everyone the opportunity to learn a little bit more about African American history, which is American history. Then we also get the opportunity to be with family and share personal stories. So when people of any ethnicity come together and they hear these stories, it helps them to understand one another better.
Yay!
Yay! So
Back.
Oh,
That was
what
echo.
the tradition would be, angry soccer mom, I would say to you,
Mhm.
Habari Gani, right? Or you would say to me, Habari Gani, right?
Habari Gani.
Habari. And then I would respond to you to what day Kwanzaa, the day of Kwanzaa. So you want to try it out?
Okay.
So you're gonna say, I don't know if you know what today is. You want me to give you a hint?
I was going to ask you to tell us because I don't. Yes, give me a hint. Give me a hint. Give me a hint.
So today is Ujama. Ujama is cooperative economics to
I was gonna
build
cheat.
and
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was going to cheat and go back in the video. Sorry.
Okay, Ujama cooperative economics to build and maintain our own stores, shops and other businesses and to profit together from them. So you would say Habari Gani, Anna, and I would say Ujama. And that would be it.
Oh, that's great. And so is that why you went to a Black-owned restaurant?
Exactly. That's why we went to a Black-owned restaurant. Exactly. Because
get
the thing about it is, okay, like she said, and like Kwanzaa is supposed to be, it's not a religious holiday. It's not an African holiday, you know. But the thing about it is so funny to me how people say it's a made-up holiday. Well, so is Christmas.
Every holiday's a made-up holiday.
So is Christmas. Like you really think, first of all, we know that Christ was not born. If you believe Christ was not born in the wintertime, we understand that the Catholic Church wanted the pagans to be able to come and transition over to Christianity. So they said, okay, you can still do whatever you want to do. We're just going to put Christ's name on there. Talanda, I don't pay attention. I don't speak stupid. I don't translate stupid. So I didn't even pay attention to what she said, honestly. But the thing about it is, if you look at the tree, if you look at the chrysanthemums, if you look at the red and white berries of the holly, gift giving, all of these things are pagan things. Now, if you want to go to a religious thing, okay, let's talk about Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas was not from the North Pole. He was Turkish and he was black. At the very least, he was brown. And the reason why y'all got Saint Nicholas from Myra of Turkey was because he was giving money to a family versus them having to sell their daughters into slavery. That is where the gift giving came from. But the symbols of Christmas are all pagan. It's about fertility. The red and white berries signify semen and your menstruation. Mistletoe is a parasitic leaf that I just watched something yesterday. They don't know where the mistletoe, that kissing under the mistletoe came from. And a tree, guess what? Is a phallic symbol. No, this is not a parody. What's a parody?
Who would have known? No, we don't do parodies here. We're doing real education. And
Parody of what?
If you have a question, you're absolutely welcome to jump in. But we don't debate here because we don't debate our fellow humans' civil rights and human rights. We just don't.
Nope.
It's not a controversial issue. There's nothing to debate. But sweet. Thank you so much. And do you want to add anything else, or is that good?
No. That's, like I said, every day. Kwanzaa is just like Christmas. You can do what you want for Kwanzaa. You know, if you decide that you want to give gifts, you give gifts. If you do give gifts, you can give gifts that are handmade and stuff like that. And see, the key thing to it is that so many people are in debt. So you're buying these Christmas. Oh, you're right. Nobody cares about Santa Claus. But anyway, what I was going to say,
but that's it.
Yeah, the thing about the issue is that so many people go into debt, and I'm black, so I'm gonna speak for black people. Black people go into debt all day long. You got your parents that work hard all year long just to tell your children that some white man came and gave them all the stuff that you've been working all hard for. It's a wrap for me. Like I said, I told my kids about Santa Claus, that Santa Claus is not real, and I told them that we're going to start the tradition of Kwanzaa. And that's it.
Yeah, I think what I like about it the most is that I've heard so far, and I don't know a ton about it, is that it can be for everybody. And it's to have some introspection.
It's for everybody. Like I said, okay, so the first day, so like she told you, the Nzungu Saba. Unjomu is unity, right? To strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. What's the problem with that? I don't understand. Kuji Chagala, which is self-determination, to define ourselves, name ourselves, and speak for ourselves instead of being defined and spoken for by others. How many years they tell us, oh, you have to pull yourselves up from your own bootstraps. And
Well,
and
there we are.
you understand what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
then when there's something in place to do that, then it's like, oh, that's not real. Well, neither is Christmas. So
Yeah, and
then,
right. You're referring to the fact that people say, "Oh, that's a made-up holiday," and we're
right,
saying earlier, well, isn't everything a made-up holiday? Let's be real. It's like,
exactly.
if we're
And
on the
so,
subject, yeah.
right. And Ujima is collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our community together and to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. All of these 7 principles is what we're trying to make within our community. But as I told you before, this country does not want a functioning Black community. That's point blank and simple. They don't want that. So if you start instilling these type of things in your kids, it's gonna be a problem. You know
Is
what I
that what
mean?
people, so you think people are against Kwanzaa or they don't like it? Is that kind of the main,
Well,
like, is that what you're saying?
what I will say about this is just like anything. Like I was reading about it, and they were saying somebody on Twitter was saying the person that the creator of Kwanzaa, exactly, it's a Black saint, exactly. His name was Saint Nicholas of Myra, exactly. But they were saying that the guy Moringa who created it, he was an FBI informant and supposedly helped to kill some Black Panthers. Now,
Somebody was
this is
saying on
I'm sorry. Yeah, I read
somebody was saying
it. I was
really?
reading about it. I haven't gone in depth about it. So
Yeah,
I
okay.
can't say yay or nay on it, right?
Mhm.
But as the thing about it is, what did they say about the Black Panthers? The Black Panthers are militant, they're violent. What did they say about the Nation of Islam? Oh, they're militant, they're violent. Anything that goes to uplift Black people, they're gonna put a stain on it anyway.
It's discredited, and it's made
Exactly.
into some sort of the buzzwords, communist,
Right.
I mean, it's like it's really just getting a little bit old for to put it
Right,
nicely.
exactly. So that's why I say I understand. I can separate certain things. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is that these principles, the crazy thing to me is when I bring it up to other Black people and they're like, oh, well, we celebrate Christmas. So you spend all this money for one day
Mhm.
for what versus passing down your legacy to your kids? You understand what I'm saying? Like
Conscious choice to fall into the um, I have to say, it's kind of a white supremacist
yes,
ideology in
yes,
general. It is, and I mean, remember that religion is the religion that we would, we beat our enslaved humans on, Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday we pray with them. I mean, it's like Jesus, I mean, I'm
and
sorry.
the sad thing about it is with this Christmas holiday, this enslavers, the terrorists, what's going on, Willow, would make enslaved Africans
Drink alcohol beverages.
drink alcohol, or they would, you understand what I'm saying? That would be the one thing that they let them do, drink alcohol. They would let them get all kinds of food and stuff like that to say, oh, at
Someplace,
least
yeah.
one day, at
Yes.
least one day, this terrorist allows me my own agency or whatever the case may be. But a lot of enslaved Africans did not want to do that at all.
It's also a great time to try to escape because of
Exactly. That's
many,
Hercules. Yeah, Hercules.
many escaped.
Hercules, the enslaved man of George Washington. That's when he escaped on Christmas.
Cut
No,
out.
it was his birthday. It was his
Yeah,
birthday. I'm sorry.
oh,
It was
okay.
his birthday.
But no, that was a common time to cut out because
Right.
of the lack of orderliness, and they could do it.
Right. And
But
they would let them travel. Some enslaved people were allowed to travel and
travel,
go different places. Some of them I was reading, they didn't have to work for like 3 weeks. but
Yes.
you're still enslaved. These people sold your family off. It's the same thing that goes now. You got this little raggedy job, you got your iPhone, you got your sneakers, you got your TikTok, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. People don't understand freedom is everything. I'm sorry. Oh, they're nice to them once a year. Oh, big fucking deal. I mean, it's like, wow, gee whiz, thanks for nothing. How about this? How about you don't enslave human beings? Jazz, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So so a lot of people resent pretty much anything that has to do with empowerment or uplifting of Black, Brown, Indigenous people. And we've seen the pattern over and over again. It's nothing new. It might be new to you personally, but it's nothing new. We vilify. And so, yeah, I could see having a little bit of, disgust with people. So it's a made up holiday. It's like, what the hell do you think every other holiday is? Jeez. We keep it real here, people.
yes, because Valentine's Day.
It's real.
But this is the funny thing. People will go to a baby shower, people go to gender reveals, a ugly sweater. You know what I'm saying? All those things are made up, and you have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying?
It's because we want to hate on Black people. I'm sorry. I'll just say it. It's the only reason. So interesting. Oh, Mako, yay, thank you. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with everybody. Anything else you want to add, or I want to cut you off? I'm like,
no, like I said to everybody out there, happy Kwanzaa. And again, Kwanzaa can be any way you want it. Before, I have decorations. And the thing about it is, the thing with Kwanzaa, it's not to be commercialized. That's the problem. It's just like Juneteenth. If they feel like they can package it and sell it to you, they want it. Watch when Juneteenth comes around this year.
There'll be buttons and bows and bells and shirts and
All kinds of stuff.
Capitalism on steroids. Yep. And that's one of the things I know personally as a white person. I'm very, very cognizant about the idea that when we are given or when we fight for something for our fellow humans, is it just kind of surface level shit, or is it actually real progress? And I'm thrilled that they made it a holiday and all. That's lovely. And I'm not downing that. But how about we all get together and put an end to systemic racism, okay? And then that can be our holiday. How about that script? I mean,
exactly.
So it's like, don't throw a bone at every, here's a little tidbit. No. How about stop this, what I call an ongoing crime against humanity? And that is what systemic racism is. And if you don't think that's what it is, then you don't know what it is. So just saying.
But Jan's child, the thing about it is, Christmas is not even based on true Christian ideology. And that's what we were talking about yesterday. Christmas is not, Three Kings is not based on, these things are not based on truth. It just isn't.
And right. And a lot of times people feel defensive over maybe Kwanzaa because it's just another time when the people who are ignorant or not knowledgeable or don't want to be knowledgeable have a chance to diss on something they don't know about. And I don't think particularly they have to be mutually exclusive. If you want to celebrate, I'm not saying that you can't celebrate Christmas, but Kwanzaa is very important. It's very, very important. And
so is Hanukkah. See, this is the thing. So is Hanukkah.
Right.
But the issue with that is that in this country, if you're not talking about Anglo-Saxon, cisgendered patriarchy, it's a problem. It's always going to be a problem.
Yep. Point taken. Thank you. The truth. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk the truth. And if you don't understand some of the stuff we're saying, or you don't see that as your reality, delve into your real history, which is real racial history is our real history. Delve into it. Watch some of the videos. You will be shocked, and like kind of your eyes will doing wide open. The more you learn, the more you aren't going to believe how things have gone down. And I, for one, want to make it crystal clear. I'm not a hater of this nation. I'm just a person who keeps it real. This nation has potential. This nation has incredible potential, but we will never, ever meet that potential until it's for everybody. We just won't. It's just not going to happen. I mean, it's not going to happen. That's my speech, and I'm sticking to it. Oh my gosh. Well, today we talked a little bit about Kwanzaa, just for people who are just learning. Wanted to talk about, okay, 2021 was supposed to be different. We were supposed to be making a comeback, it wasn't. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Kamala Harris, racist Trump, January 6th, coronavirus highlights, and anything you want to talk about. Today is the year in review. Wow. So I'm going to jump in and do a quick, start blabbing away. And please jump in, my kind co-host, anytime you wish to say something, just jump on in, and I will try to read all the comments because I want to know.
No problem.
Okay. And if I get a little emotional, it's been one hell of a week. Okay. That's all I can say. Happy freaking New Year. Okay. It's been, just not to like put a downer on this, but my dog died a day ago. And anyone who's ever had a dog understands it's just incredibly awful. So that's what we're dealing with, among 10 other things. So I'm a little hyper today, but I'm thrilled to have you guys here. It was hard to be away for 2 weeks. I missed everybody. So 2021. Let me just start. For many people, 2020 felt like the most chaotic, impactful, newsworthy year of their lives. Then 2021 happened. Thanks, Willow. Thank you. She whiz. It's like 2021 upstaged 2020. I mean, it's like, and we didn't think it could happen, but here we are. 2021 was supposed to be different. It was supposed to be the year we put our differences aside and came together. But you see, here's the problem. I'm all for putting differences aside. I really am, except when those differences have to do with the human rights of my fellow citizens, my fellow humans. I'm sorry, I don't go there. That's where I'll agree to disagree on almost everything, but I don't go there. Sorry, I'm an American, and I believe the truth is all people matter. And we haven't lived up to that yet, have we? No, we have not. Okay. And that's what it's supposed to be, but that's not the reality. Okay. So until that's the reality, we need to step up to the plate. If you're a white person, not blaming you. You didn't start this. You didn't make the system, but you certainly benefit from it, and you certainly participate in it, whether you want to or not. It's just the truth of the matter. You benefit. And it is our responsibility collectively to help make this atrocity stop. And no, it's not to get on Facebook and get your picture. No, it's not to be a hero, not a savior. It's to be a human. Okay. And I won't go on and on, but you know how I get. The impact of the last, in the last 4 years of having the most racist, bigoted president in our lifetime has taken its toll on our fellow humans. And I'm sorry to say, but I can take almost everything that's gone down. And I'm not blaming him particularly. He whose name I will not speak. Okay. Excuse me. No. We this is who we are. This is who we have always been. But we found our leader. And sad to say, a lot of the horrible stuff that's happening now was how should I say it? Induced and made okay by him. So I gotta say, for me, 2021 solidified the huge ideological divide that I call a humanism versus pure hatred. And let us take on that lovely note. Anybody? T's laughing. I like to keep it real. I really do. But jump in. You don't have to agree with me, but tell us what you think. You want to add anything, Anna? Jump in.
No, what I was gonna say was like I said, you're not blaming Trump, but a lot of people like to believe. Sorry, I've got the one that we speak not of. Sorry. The one that we speak not of is not an aberration.
No.
He is not anything different. Like I said,
Right.
for me, I wouldn't say he was the most racist president. I would say in the contemporary,
In my lifetime, he has.
right, in the contemporary, when we tried to play this game that we are post-racial, that he just, you've been to New York before, and there's a lot of roaches in New York, but there's a lot of bugs everywhere. But not to leave your food on the counter, because those roaches or whatever is gonna get there. All they did was pull the aluminum foil off or turn the light on so you could see all those roaches. But he is not anything different. It's just that the other ones were smart enough to say, keep the loud things quiet. That's it.
Yeah, he just couldn't. He couldn't. Right. They
He
couldn't
didn't
control
have
him.
to. He didn't have to. He's a white rich man in America. He can say and do what he wants. Period.
Yeah, and we will be talking about that absolutely later on. So, despite our huge differences, 2020 was supposed to be the year we're supposed to get out and have some fun. Say goodbye to COVID. Maybe we finally got our vaccines out and working to stop COVID, but because of ignorant and this, I feel very strongly about this, and all people don't agree with me because of the horrific lack of leadership, ignorance, selfish. Not enough people took the inoculations, and so we are still dealing with it. Other countries are not. There are countries that are not dealing with this like we are. Just newsflash, there are. Okay, and we didn't handle it. Okay, we handled it horrifically. Our inhumane, outgoing president told his followers to, despite hundreds of thousands of people dying, that COVID was a hoax, and people don't trust the government, and pretty much. I blame him personally for a lot of this. I don't blame him for all this racism and whatnot personally, in that regard. But for this, he was the freaking leader of a pandemic, and he destroyed us for years to come, and killed hundreds of thousands of people that don't need to die. So I'm really not. Like, I think he should be. You don't even want to know. You do not want to know what I think. But anyway,
Can I say this?
Absolutely. Jump in.
Again, this is nothing new, because you got to look at how these people don't care about anybody. You see what I'm saying? They don't care about anybody. They don't even care about the people in their family. I've seen people literally say that their family members died of COVID, and they still wasn't going to do anything. And you just got to look at every disease that spread around the world. Who spread it? We got to look at it like that. Like, this is nothing new. The thing about it is, this is nothing different. Syphilis, chlamydia, the Black Plague, all of these things, how were they spread around? Because a lot of people did not care, and they killed off Tasmania. The entire population is extinct.
Yeah, I mean, and what we did to Native people purposefully, knowingly. Here's my bottom line, and I'm going to just say this, and people don't like to hear this, and I don't mean it meanly. It's just the truth. Is that, you see, us white folks, we're suckers. We keep making the same damn choices that are horrific over and over and over every generation, because we think, oh, we feel special, we want to be special, we're going to be special. Well, the only thing that's ever going to work long term is for us to realize that everybody deserves a chance. Lyndon B. Johnson, I'm going to say it. I say it every other time. Antiquated, rude, obnoxious, but true. Lyndon B. Johnson said, let me find the best. If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him someone to look down upon and he'll empty them for you. And it's true. It's true. We have been hating on our fellow humans so the wealthiest elites can run the place, get rich, and we do their dirty work. But we won't stop. We can't stop because we believe all their lies. We believe all their propaganda. So Harper, as far as the last president, Twitter started what to call him, TFG, the former guy, spreading out their social media platforms and even some news outlets. I don't. Tell me more. I'm not 100% sure what you're saying. Tell me more, though. I want to know more. It's definitely we've fallen prey to basically we're suckers. We're suckers. It is not in our best interest to be racist. It is not in our best interest to uphold systemic racism. As a white person, it's not in our best interest. Now, it might be if you're like a gazillionaire, but even then, I could argue that it's not. I won't argue right now, but anyway. In my mind, I blame Trump directly for some of these because he told the big lie and about COVID, and he caused people to not take action. Oh, you won't say their name. Others who won't say his name. It's what? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Got it. Got it. The former guy. Yeah. I called him 45 for the longest time, but the thing is he's truly a horrific human excuse for a human being. And so I think people were killed and I blame him directly. And there we are. So instead of the year that we got back to normal life, it's been largely the year of denial. I guess denial is like the big word. Denial about him losing a second term and denial of the COVID pandemic. And so tonight we are going to highlight some of 2021 that has to do with anti-racism, anti-bigotry, inequality, and corruption in the United States. So we started out, at least for some, I want to say on a positive note, for some, not all. There's no monolith in people. We all think what we think. At least for some, in January 2021, Kamala Harris became the first Black woman, first woman of color sworn into the office of Vice President of the United States. And for many people, that was a really, really big thing. Some people don't like her, can't stand her, think she's, not who she often claims to be. But whether it's here nor there, it is a point of our history. So we started off, but if that was a good start for some, it kind of went downhill from there. The year started with a huge group of racist Trump supporters refusing to believe that he lost the election, even though he lost like horrifically. And so they launched an insurrection to try to overturn the results of our free and fair, quote, the fairest election in the history of the United States, from the people who should know in our government, on January 6th, the U.S. Capitol. And I have a lot to say about that. Let me read comment. Just 45 was well aware of the way the United States government dealt with the disenfranchised people of Blackness. He took advantage of that and perpetuated the lies and stereotypes that white supremacists had stuck on since Jim Crow era. To be honest, I personally believe, and this is just an opinion. I've not read this anywhere. I purposely believe that the second Trump realized and saw the stats that it was killing Black, brown, and indigenous people more likely to kill them because of medical racism. I think that's just about the time he told his son-in-law, we're not going to do anything. And I truly believe that. I believe he is the racist from living hell. His parents were Klan. Vice News proved that quite easily. His father was arrested at a Klan rally in full garb back in the day. And that is a fact. Harper, I am in Republican hell. I threw out a guy I hired for a small job. I don't think anyone else would do that around here. Apparently, he didn't notice my hate has no home here. Black Lives Matter flag. You go. You're awesome, Harper. You know what? If you are in a position to do that, then I say everybody. If you're white and you're listening to this and you're going, that's pretty mean. Well, you know what? The one thing you as a white person can use your privilege to say, this ends with me. And you can do that everywhere you want in big and little ways. And if you have a worker in your home who's spewing, because they see you're white, they figure you're in on it, you're in on the big, the hate fest. I will read the rest. Let me see. I told him to get the hell out of the house after he agreed there were good people on both sides. He said a lot more. He didn't think I was serious until I yelled it the third time. Harper, I love you. You're awesome. And that is how, you stand up to this bullshit. I don't care if they're helping you with something. You stand up and you say, I don't need your kind of help. Okay? And yes, that's a very privileged thing to be able to do. Do it. In all cases. Do it because that is how you make it crystal clear. This ends with me. And until people learn, it's way past time for white folks to take some responsibility. So thank you for that story, Harper. That's like, Harper's pretty, you're awesome, Harper. I only wish I could be you. That's awesome. Brett, welcome. F these racist people. Yeah, I mean, see, white folks, it's not good for you either. And if you think it is, you really got to get with the program. It's not good for you. You're doing their dirty work. Do you want to jump in, Anna, with anything?
And that's the thing. We need more anti-racist white people. Because the simple fact of the matter is that nobody's going to listen to us. They haven't been. So why would they now?
Right. I mean, and it's disgusting, but it's kind of true. And I want to be out of a job. I want to be not having to come on here because there's no one to talk to because every freaking white person is like, duh. Of course, everything I say is like, I know that, that is what I wish for you and for me.
But not to cut you off, but what I was going to say to you was I was watching something. And what the lady said was, she said that if some white person comes to you and talks to you and is racist, you're their safe spot. When you go to these family reunions and old grandpa gonna say something racist or whatever, it's your job to say, no, that's not okay. And I'm not gonna deal with you. And you're right, Brett. They usually kill or harm cocaine. That's what the Kyle Rittenhouse thing was about. Was to show these people in the contemporary that if you side with them, we're killing you too. So Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't for us; it was for other white people.
Awesome point. 100%, 110%. It was to show this is what we do when white people. And I've actually seen a video of the Klan who said point blank, you know who we hate worse than Jewish people and black people? Race traitors, which is to me a joke. It's like, we're all the same race, you ding dong. But I mean, they're saying it's sick. It's really sick. Let's take some comments right here. You need to see that video. What video? What video, Les? What video? And I want to go back to Harper because Harper says, I do have the attitude that it stops with me. I know you do. And that's what I love about you. This is very white area. I haven't met anyone, but the ones I have met wouldn't do that. Yeah, no, I don't. I just think it's great. And you're a great sample. Every white person should be doing this. This should be a given. Not to save the day, not to be like, oh, look at me on Facebook, look at me on social media, because it's acting human. It's called acting like a freaking human. So I'm pretty strong with that. That's what I think. he was in awe and so surprised that I was serious. Yeah, well, you know what? That I think that we do that to people. People come up to me and they assume because I'm white, they have not said one word to me that I'm racist like them. And I'm like, oh, do they have something else coming? They don't realize it. The Trump rally I did, one of my first videos, they were come on over. I thought, oh geez, they think that I'm gonna be like, oh yay. I was like, seriously, guys? I didn't even get to my questions on racism because it was nuts. But anyway, let me take more comments. They usually kill or harm Caucasian people who are down for the cause. Right, of course. And let me see. Especially white female allies, they are the one commodity, for lack of a better word, white men don't want to upset or offend. Thank you. Oh, Josh, I am so selfish. I do this for me. There is never need thanks. It's called acting like a human. I keep saying that over and over because to me, it's a given. I love my fellow humans. And sure, there's some bad guys all over here and there, but it has nothing to do with the color of their skin. It has to do with the character of their, every group has somebody who's naughty or whatever, but I truly love my fellow humans and I will not live a lie. I won't do it. So I'm selfish. I'm like, I won't live a lie. Thank you. You're very sweet. Another note, Officer Kim Potter was finally convicted for a murder of Daunte Wright. The more this happens, the more progress is being made. It definitely is. And I think right now, and I don't know what you think, but like right now, the inconsistency from state to state and area to area is just, it's infuriating. And I get states' rights, but Jesus, come on.
So this is what I say. This is what I will say to you. White supremacy will sacrifice its own.
Oh, absolutely.
Plain blank and simple. So you got to remember what's the ratio. We get a Daunte Wright, but how many cops? We just had a cop that shot a man that was no longer posing a threat and shot a 14-year-old girl. Do you think he's going to go to jail for that? No, because under their policy, he was justified. How many people, black, white, orange, and green, have been killed by the cops and will still get killed by the cops and is considered justified? So these ones and twosies are not to say, oh, we've turned around. It's just, oh, well, we got to give them something.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, they're going to revolt. That's all that's about.
You feel like they're just throwing you something to like.
They're throwing you crumbs.
To pacify.
Yeah, it's just come on, we got to keep these peasants quiet for a little while. We can't have them a full-on revolt. So yeah, we're gonna give you a white woman. Yeah, we're gonna give you Derek Chauvin. You know why? Because he killed
the whole world saw him
on tape. Like there was no other way around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He killed him on tape. And the simple fact of the matter is that we need to see more of it, but just understand this is just for show.
Yep. Like they did with Thank You Tea, like they did with Juneteenth. So that's where you're at. That's how you feel. And I know everyone feels that way, but a lot of people do. That this is just all a big charade.
You know what? Go get Carolyn Bryant and charge her.
Thank you.
Charge her for killing, killed.
Will you believe it then that maybe they actually mean business?
Maybe. Go find those men and those boys that killed that young man in the gym, and he was wrapped up in a mat.
Go find them. Because people know. They know.
Go find the people that lynched them 10 or 11 people. Do that. So,
Harper, I learned how to deal with that for white people who need to learn how to stand up to racism. Hear a racist joke or remark, tell them, I don't get it. Let them explain themselves. But yep, that's what I do. 100%. Say, what? I don't get it. What do you mean? They're going to be racist. Make them be proud racist and say it. Huh? I didn't hear you. Can you say that louder? They know what they're doing. Brett says, tell it, Anastasia. Anastasia, you're awesome. you know, you're speaking the truth. There's nothing like speaking the truth. Let me just back it up here. Where were we? So almost all the white insurrectionists, the Trump supporters, were treated with kid gloves. They were treated like the police. Basically, I mean, these people were smashing windows and doors and beating people and police with Congress inside, trying to confirm the election. They chanting and calling for the execution of politicians. They had a freaking noose out there. Police were generally docile, non-combative. It's almost as if somebody told them, like, "Oh, these are white people. Don't hurt them. Don't hurt them. Just, you know." I mean, some of the police were helping. Obviously, some of them weren't. But I mean, ultimately, 5 people died, and others ended their own lives because of, you know, the trauma and whatnot. This type of coup d'etat has never happened in our lifetime. That's for sure. But you see, here's the problem. These terrorists were allowed to enter and exit the Capitol building generally with ease, as politicians were raced off to security. Oh, no more Anna. At least maybe she'll come back in a minute. But yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was watching this, I was like, you got to be effing kidding me. The police were like letting them in and escorting them out. Like, these people are staging a coup. They had a noose out there, so I'm not sure what to say, but you know, the bullshit is just almost too much to bear. With people like Andrew Clyde saying, he's a congressman dude, saying, if you didn't even know it was January 6th, you'd think it was a regular, normal tourist visit. What the seriously? It's like, dude, seriously? All of this gaslighting and total bullshit is really insulting. That was an attempt at an insurrection, a failed attempt. Uh-oh. Yes. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, welcome. Thanks for being here to say something. What do you got?
Thanks for having the show.
What say you, sir?
Yeah, so I just wanted to add on to the January the 6th. I still can't believe when this year first started that happened. I was out at that other job and like, hey, sir, what is that on TV? What are they doing? He's like, oh, they're at the Capitol rioting. I'm like, what? And then, you know, I have to get out of work, wait for more details and stuff. And I'm like, I can't believe this happened. And Trump came out and was saying all that nonsensical crap. And it was just ridiculous. Like you said earlier, the police were in on it. They're just letting them in. People were smashing windows. The one crazy guy had his feet all up on, what was her name? Nancy Pelosi's
Yeah, it's very
desk.
disrespectful.
Then you have the guy with the bullhorns. He was there, and it was crazy.
Confederate
And
flags.
for the most part,
yeah, Confederate flags. I mean, that's disgusting.
yeah. And then for the most part, everyone that did get charged got a slap on the wrist. The craziest part out of all of it was, I guess there was like it was so stupid, but I believe there was like a black guy that he wasn't even at the event, but I think he was bragging about something or whatever it was, but they ended up giving him more time than people that are actually there breaking in. I think they gave him something like 3 years or something like that. But yeah, the whole thing was a mess. They were coming after people on the left and the right. And the people on the left, even after everything that had happened, they were defending Trump and everything. I'm like, wow, these people are absolutely
They're out of their minds.
I'd hate to be them.
They're out of their minds.
Disgusting.
Yeah, they're defending a hateful, cruel, wannabe dictator. And a lot of people are saying that was just a practice. In fact, some of the best, I guess, most knowledgeable voices in our country, some of the military, are saying that was just a practice. And they're going to get away with it. And they are truly above the law. And that means
and I just hope for everyone's sake that they don't ever forget that. And with 2024 fast approaching, because let's be honest, it's going to come up real soon. Just keep that in mind, because those same people that voted for Trump, of course, they're going to be back. I'm sure Trump's going to try to run again and all that stuff. But yeah, it's something that we should definitely never forget, because I think you were saying before, I think this is the first time we've ever seen something like that in all of our lifetimes. Like you're right. Like this, that's why it's so significant. Like
They
we
staged
never
a
thought
coup
we'd see something like that, and it happened literally live in 4K, as some people keep
for
saying.
hours and
So,
hours. White supremacists
Yeah.
staged a coup
mhm.
and will very likely, and some at the highest levels might know stuff about it, and will very likely never face consequences. And what
Correct.
does that mean for us? It means we are in the twilight, if not the end of our supposed democratic republic, oligarchy, call it what you want. When people are above the law, it's over. We have other words. We call it a dictatorship. We call it, regime. We call it, and that's exactly what's happening. So this is really scary shit. I didn't think it was going to happen in my lifetime. Did you? I mean,
No, I never thought I'd like literally see that in my lifetime. Like we've always learned history and all the crazy stuff people have done throughout something that happened not in our lifetime, but
Yep.
something like that I never thought I'd see.
we're living history right now. We're living
Yeah.
the end of our democratic republic, or oligarchy, whatever you want to call it. The checks and balances just aren't there. The circumventing of the Constitution. I guess we just thought a lot of these things were laws and enforceable laws, and a lot of them apparently aren't. They're great ideas, but somebody dared to test them, and there's not a lot of enforcement going on. I think we're really screwed,
Yeah.
people. I'm not trying to be the soothsayer of doom. Do you want to jump into anything else to say?
No, that was pretty much it. Thank you for having the show, and it's been a crazy year. Hopefully we have a better next year, but fingers crossed that we don't have a bad start like we did this year, because that was just ridiculous. Like I still can't believe that happened.
If you had asked me about that happening, I would have been like, "Are you kidding me?" But
Yeah,
now
seriously.
we saw what can happen, and sadly, and it looks as though there's going to be no repercussions.
Yep.
I don't know that for a fact, but I would, if I had to bet, I'd bet that they're getting away with it. And so therefore we are in
Yeah.
a lawless country at the highest levels. Scary stuff. We got to stick together. This is crazy, because as much as you might have hated the founding fathers, not you personally, but you proverbially, and all that, which I understand, they wrote a constitution that can change over time. They wrote a brilliant document that we, the people, if we stick together, can make into, so that we do form a more perfect union. But all this political propaganda we're falling for, and it's to our own demise. We're destroying our own. Yeah. Slave owners and rapists wrote it. Correct. They absolutely did. Slave owners and rapists wrote. Not all of them weren't, but I mean most of them were. And these people could not live up to their own words. They could have ended slavery in the Constitution. They didn't want to. They thought about it. They didn't want to.
And I think that's exactly why we're in the situation we're in right now, and that's the reason why that particular event took place, because the same people that could have ended slavery whenever they went to could have said, hey, this is wrong, and they could have stopped that freak show January the 6th.
They wanted a president who's racist.
Instantly.
They had been waiting for him for since the Civil War. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
They wanted a racist president. And they can't let their hero go. So instead they make up bullshit and lies. Yeah, it's not good. No, it is not.
No, it's not.
But anyway, thanks for calling, my friend. Great to hear your voice.
Hey, no problem. All right.
All right. Talk to you soon. Uh-oh. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Where are you?
I'm backstage.
You are. You are. You are backstage. Oh my goodness. I had it covered up. She's back. Thank you. Oh my God. I'm the worst.
I'm sorry about that. I told you we went traveling, and somehow my computer charger is disappeared. But back to what the gentleman was saying earlier.
Mhm.
We have to look at it. Nothing is new under the sun. Do you see how it went from a rally to lynching people?
Mhm.
This is not like nothing new. And you see how all of these people keep talking about, oh, there's gonna be a civil war. Because this is their natural state.
Well, they want it. They
They
never got over
want
it.
that.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. That's their natural state. We keep thinking that, don't you want peace? They want peace as long as they can oppress other people. That's what I'm saying. Like,
They want peace for themselves. They don't want it for
right?
anybody
No,
else.
they don't even want peace for themselves, because you got to think about it. Peace don't make money.
They want
So
money for
say,
themselves. Right, right.
remember we talked about it. Say, imagine there was a black planet, fear of a black planet, and all black people went to their own black planet. There was none but white people, including Hispanics and Asians. What do you think would happen? Exactly. Exactly.
Who do we oppress though? That's not cool.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You would think about it in Europe. Who was white people oppressing in Europe? Other white people.
We have to have somebody to
Right.
oppress.
So at the end of the day, there's never been a society within white supremacy where they've been at peace with each other.
Let me ask you a question,
Yes.
and I don't want to put you on the spot. Are you saying that white folks are inherently like this, or maybe won't go that far? What do you think?
I'm not going to go that far. That's not what
Okay.
I'm going to say. What I'm going to say is,
Some people do think that.
white supremacy.
Mhm.
I'm talking about white supremacy, not white people,
Mhm. Mhm.
because it's two different things.
Absolutely.
Now, what you have to think about is capitalism. Now, can people live in a world together with capitalism and live in peace? No,
Well, a
not
lot of the experts say inherently,
not at
a
all.
capitalist society inherently must have people who are put at the bottom. And
Exactly.
that's what they say. That's what
So-
the experts say.
So, with capitalism, nobody can live in peace with one another. Period.
Not for any sustained amount of time, because
Not for a sustained amount of time,
there
because
has
at
to be
the end
somebody
of
on
the
the bottom.
day, right, somebody has to be at the bottom. Somebody has to make my doohickeys. There's always going to, especially with capitalism, there's always going to be a middleman minority, where those are going to be in between the producers and the product. And so I'm going to put this buffer here. So you're not going to get mad at me. And then it looks like they're profiting off of your desperation. So you're not attacking me. You're just going to attack them.
Yeah, we have a good system going for the wealthiest people, because they can put us against each other, and we never unite and say, I'll unite against who's really doing this. But it'll never happen. We can't pull it together. That's why we'll never be educated fully, because we don't want an educated population, because an educated population uses critical thinking skills and doesn't put up with bullshit. So, what's that?
These are truly the dark ages again.
Yeah, no, we're
Totally anti-intellectualism.
Yep, we're going
Totally
down.
against.
Science doesn't matter.
No,
No science.
Science doesn't matter. Math doesn't matter. Nothing.
Yep. I mean, I personally go for best practices. I'm just going to back up really fast here, because I'm missing a bunch of excellent comments. Let me see. Mr. F.S. Black, the murder of Daunte Wright wasn't long after the Chauvin killed George Floyd. If anyone noticed, I can't flat out call those convictions progress, because it needs to happen more, which I hope to see. Right. I mean, too many promises that are empty promises. I'm happy for the progress, but I want real progress. It has to be consistent over years and years and years. And I mean consistent. And right now, how in the world, with the slave patrol wannabes that we have as police, I'm sorry, are we ever going to? We're not. It has to be dismantled, and real, like actual best practices implemented. This is not rocket science. We know what to do. We white folks in charge don't want to do it. I'll say it again. We know what we're doing. We know what to do. We know how to make it stop, or at least make it a lot better. We don't want to.
Harper talked about the cop Fanon. The guy that they have in jail now is the one that tased him. Did you see that?
On let me just see.
I think it was on CNN. They published the interrogation of the guy. And he's the one that tased Officer Fanon.
Is now working? Is that true? Wait, so Mr. Evans, if you heard Mike Fanon talk, the officer who tased and had a heart attack, said, and he's really good. He's yeah, blue lives only matter. Blue lives, give me a break. There's no such thing as blue lives. It's a freaking
They
joke.
never mattered. They never matter as long as they were the apparatus and arm of capitalism and white supremacy.
Yeah, the police are the gatekeepers in our country. Yep. The gatekeepers always have been. Police in America are the gatekeepers of white supremacy and systemic racism, always have been. And his life only mattered in that it was being a gatekeeper. The minute he decided to actually do the right thing, we white people, this is the thing, we're brutal. We'll kick. I think about the swimming pool thing. Swimming pools, we will shut down community swimming pools so that Black folks can't go in them, and we can't either. But as long as they can't, we'll shoot ourselves in the foot. Just to, we have this is some serious like depth of hatred and sick depravity. I mean, we will hurt our own white people, okay, as long as we're also hurting Black, brown, and indigenous people. So we got sickness going on here, and I'm just saying it like it is. Let's yeah, I really appreciated the honesty of Officer Fanon. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Fanon. But the thing about it, he had no other. So the guy who tased him, his name is Joseph Rodriguez. So remember how I always say that white supremacy will employ anybody.
Absolutely.
Now this is the thing. All of a sudden, Kyle Rittenhouse was Hispanic. All of a sudden, remember that? You got this guy. What's the guy? The one that's the Proud Boys. He's an Afro-Cuban. And that's the sad thing about it, is that these people will be apparatuses of white supremacy so they can have a better cage. And that's just pretty much the end of it with that.
Yeah, well, because the indoctrination isn't just to white folks, and that's part of the thing. The indoctrination is to everybody. It just, some people can handle it better than others. And you know, I as a white person can't go there because I don't know how I'd act if I was a brown, Black, or indigenous person, or a person mixed heritage, African American. I don't know how I'd be. Oh, they called George Zimmerman is Hispanic, right?
They did.
Call. Absolutely.
They did.
See,
and what's her name? Maya Poinsetta. The one, remember her?
Oh yeah, she's Latina, right? I mean, come on. See,
and so, but this is the thing. Because I was talking to somebody about this the other day. In Argentina, they have thoroughly erased.
They got rid of all the Black people.
All the Black people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why people think just because this person is from these Hispanic countries, because from what I understand, they don't like the word Latinx, so I won't use it again. But for whatever, you know, derivation they want to be called as far as their nationality, that they hate their own darker skinned people in their own countries.
And some more than others. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. No, I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of anti-Blackness, anti-darkness in these countries.
Oh, this is worldwide. This is, and you know, us as this supposed wealthy nation that has power, we could so easily be the leader in humanism. But nope, no, that's not going to happen. And that's what makes me so sick, is not that we're doing this as much, which makes me sick, but that the potential that we could have been the freaking leaders and we could have been doing everything right. We had the power to do it. And look what we did. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's unconscionable. So here, let's take some Harper. Angry Soccer Mom, I don't know if I told you before. I've seen racism up close. Yes, you have. It's absurd and cruel. My parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, but not my grandparents. I don't know how that happened. That's interesting. That's very interesting, because usually it's very, very consistent, and we bring it on the next generation and we indoctrinate the next generation. Damn. Mahako, yeah, the fact that they tried to play the he's Hispanic finesse proves that we're trying to get him off on all charges since the beginning. People don't forget Rittenhouse killed white people at the protest. Yeah, I mean, we are really unconscionable. I gotta say, we white folks, we'll pull all the punches. Look no further than the color caste system in Cuba, Mr. FS Black. Yeah, I mean, we got some issues, and it's not just the United States. But my big thing is, since we kind of live here, it's like, and we have a lot of power internationally, we threw it all away. We had the chance to do the right thing. We had the chance to take our screwed up past and step up to the fucking plate, and we didn't. And that breaks my heart. And that's just a personal thing. Is we had the chance, we had the ability, and we said, no thanks. Anyway, but oh, do you want to jump in there, Anna?
Why you destroy something that you're benefiting from?
Say it again.
Why would you destroy something that you're benefiting from? Because you got to remember, America's primary wealth came from the capturing, kidnapping, terrorism of African people.
Murdering, maiming.
Now,
yeah. It's not a good start.
And agriculture. But like we just talked about, Portugal is the one, I wouldn't say started it, but started that slave trade. You know what I'm saying?
They're credited for that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're credited for that. So when we think about these other countries, Spain and all these other countries, we got to look at it that they had their own thing going on. And let's look at these Middle Eastern countries. They had the Arab slave trade. So nobody has clean hands.
Right.
Nobody has clean hands.
And as bad as bad off as our history is in that regard, there is no reason other than us, the masses, why we can't make it stop. It's a choice. It's a collective choice, because we believe the lies. And white folks, I do this for you to try to educate you. I don't educate Black and brown indigenous people. No. They educate me if I'm lucky. Okay. That's not my place. Okay. But my place is to try to make a difference by educating white folks. So it's up to us to educate ourselves, step up to the freaking plate, and start acting like humans. We have all the means to do this. We just don't have the will, because I guess we're benefiting. But you see, that's the trickiest thing. We're benefiting, but it's like benefiting from a piece of cake when you're trying to lose weight. Yeah, it's delicious, but that's not gonna, we'll be rotten to our fellow humans. But is that really getting us anywhere? No, it's not. Willow, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. I mean, I hope that analogy was making sense.
You need to have Willow on the show. Willow, they call her Grand Tifa. She is about that life. She really is.
Well,
trust me. Willow, her and another elderly woman, Miss those were the two. If I needed two people to help me do something, these two right here was my left and my right. They were amazing.
It's our show.
Is amazing.
And you know who's going to come on also is my friend Les. He's
Right.
the numbers right smack in at the bottom. My friend Les will come in. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. And I think he wants to call in. Yeah. Harper, wait, oops.
It's Leslie that wants to call in.
Les wants to call in. Yeah, Les wants. Harper says white people won't make it stop because in general, most don't care or refuse to believe they're wrong. I mean, we got like some serious indoctrination going on with us. And arrogance, ignorance, all wrapped up in some crazy white package. And I don't hate white people. Not a chance. I just expect a little more from us. I mean, my God, this isn't like, I'm sorry, this isn't rocket freaking science. Act like a goddamn human and care about your fellow humans. There's no separate races. We're all one race. It's called the human race. Stop falling for the propaganda. Educate yourself, you know? So it's just crazy. But so let me see. Is my friend Les going to call in? Les, hello. Tonight, I kind of plan to talk about a ton of the other stuff. I wanted to jump in. There is while we're waiting, if maybe he'll call. This is a little connection if you want to learn what the circumstances of the people who were finally arrested at the January 6th. Tells each one of them what they did, where they are, and what they're going, and what's happening. And we all know the truth is, if those were Black people, it would be a goddamn bloodbath. And we wouldn't be arresting people. We would be looking for body parts. And we all know that. And that is, I mean, it is out on the table. Trump has helped us put it all out there. And some people are better off for it. They think, you know what? At least it really has come out, because a lot of white folks were like, oh, you know, we're not, oh, yes, we are. This is exactly who we are.
Les said he needs the number.
I put it on the bottom. Let me do that again.
It's not up there now.
Yeah, I took it down. Okay, I'll put it back up. Hang on. Is right, boop, right on the bottom. I'll put it back up for you. Boop.
So Mahako, that's the thing that I was saying. So the situation with Ahmaud Arbery, right? Tulsi Gabbard said some of the stupidest thing that she said. That if it was a racist country, Ahmaud Arbery's murderers wouldn't have got convicted. If this wasn't a racist country, if this wasn't a racist country, Ahmaud Arbery running through a neighborhood wouldn't have gotten him killed. The fact that the prosecutor, I'm not the prosecutor, but the defense talked about him having dirty toenails.
Dirty toenails. It's like, what? These guys are sickos.
What is that? What are you talking about? The fact that they wanted the fact that they weren't even arrested.
They were going to not be arrested.
The DA, right?
Yeah, they weren't going to be arrested. The
entire
community knew about this. They all knew. It was a big secret.
They all knew. And this is the thing. This is the thing. She said we're not living in a racist. Everybody was worried because it was a white jury. If everything was the way it should be, first of all, it wouldn't have been an all-white jury. Number two, we wouldn't have worried about it because we would know justice is going to be justice because there was empirical data. See, this is the thing. People don't want to look at empirical data anymore. The empirical data is white people get off for killing Black people.
Those are just the numbers.
Period.
The numbers
Cops, Black, white, orange, or gray, get off for killing people, specifically Black people. I've never seen an all-Black jury for anybody.
Oh, hell no, they get rid of them faster than
never.
Like that. Never.
Never.
They would get rid of them.
Never.
They would get rid of them.
Never. And this is the thing. I'm saying it shouldn't be an all-Black jury. What I'm saying is if it's your peers, it should be everybody.
It shouldn't matter. But
it shouldn't matter.
Oh,
but the simple fact of the matter is that they would be okay with a white jury. Because I think with Kyle Rittenhouse, they said that yes, it could be racial implications, but we're still not going to change it. Remember that?
The judge pretty much put it out there. I'm a racist piece of shit and tough beans. I mean,
Exactly. Y'all gonna have to deal with it. So at the end of the day, like I said, Tulsi Gabbard, I don't care about Tulsi Gabbard. I'm just saying it's the mental gymnastics that these people try to play that they think all of us are stupid. Why would we think they would get off? Because they've gotten off before. Bernard Getz, the lynchings that's been happening, the lynchings that happened before, Emmett Till, Charles Mack, all these. There's been so many people that were killed and lynched that have gotten off. So why would we think that? So
Emmett Till's person who instigated the lies is still walking around breathing air, as far as I know, right now.
living her best life.
Absolutely. And
You got white women that have lied on black men,
had them
black
murdered.
men that had them murdered. They still, and just like Mahako said, she said, Anna, their problem is that they don't want to hear the truth. Period. Look at how,
Right.
no, what it is, Mahako, is this. You see all them old pictures and stuff like that? That's somebody's grandma, somebody's great grandma that's probably still alive somewhere. That's somebody's auntie, somebody's pawpaw, somebody in that picture. That's what they don't want to see because they know they're going to recognize those people.
You're slipping out of the picture, Anna. I just thought I'd tell you that. There you go. There you go. You're going down, 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 down. There's your beautiful face. Okay. I just noticed, I'm like, where's she going? Yeah, it's, you guys, this is not a tough thing to figure out. It's, I just, I put it up. Okay, I'll put it up again. Here. You don't see it? Do you see it, Anna?
It's 347
Yeah.
732 5284. I repeat, 347 732 5284.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I have it at the bottom showing, but I guess you don't see it. I'm so sorry. That's why I wasn't giving it. I wasn't trying to be obnoxious. I posted it, but I guess for some reason you're not be able to see that. Thank you, Anna. You saved the day. Garrick, white supremacy is power. They're milking this worldwide as they have taught other cultures to hate their own. It's yeah. This is not good. You're not in a good place. No, you don't see it. Here, I'll write it again on here. Oops, if I can do it. Okay. We'll get you in. We'll get you calling. No matter what it takes. Hang on one second, my friend. 347 7 3 2 5 2 8 4. I think I got it. 347 732 5284. Boom. Oh, Harper. Do you get? Okay, I put it up in the thing. I put it right up there. Harper, Caps t-shirt. We march, y'all mad. We sit down, y'all mad. We speak up, y'all mad. We die, y'all silent. Absolutely. Yep. It's the truth.
I have that shirt.
I
have the shirt.
Okay, I've seen it. I don't.
I have that shirt. But this is the thing. This is the whole thing about it. Somebody was talking to Tommy Lauren, and I think that's like talking to a dried turd, right? But the person, I think it was Trevor Noah. He said, "Well, when is a good time to protest?" She didn't have an answer.
Of course not.
Not during the national anthem. So when do you want them to protest?
Not during the
Just
racist
not during the national.
Not during the
Right. And he said the reason why he wasn't standing for it because the national anthem. The thing about it, why protest if you're not going to disrupt anything?
Well, you know,
Malcolm X said,
right. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. Malcolm X said these marches and stuff like that. He said it was a reporter. I forget what Martin Luther King had a march. He was like, "What march you talking about?" He said, "You talking about that parade with the clowns in front of it?" And he was like, "If you're not disrupting anything, you're just a parade."
Yeah. And you know what? Colin Kaepernick we white people hated him. We couldn't stand him. We want to watch football. We want to watch black people, but we sure as hell do not want to be bothered with their human rights. Hello, I hope this is Daryl. Daryl, is it you? What? Hello?
Hello, this is Derek.
Oh, Derek! You beat Daryl. Daryl. Derek. Thank you. Les can't get through. How are you? Thanks for calling in. What's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the January 6th riots. Had they been black, the FBI would have did their job. I mean, they would have arrested everybody on that block. They would have had
I think they would have killed them all.
Sweet, because you remember that Facebook turned over all the data. They arranged all this online. This is no secret.
100%.
It's the fact that they had the audacity to get there and come away with it. And that's what's really frightening, because they felt so empowered and so entitled by Trump that when they lost that election, they acted like somebody had stole something from them.
Yeah, they were indignant. They were ready to kill.
They didn't. They actually did harm some
They
people,
did
and they
kill.
actually committed assault on police officers.
Absolutely.
And they were willing to really destroy their own for this deity they thought of Trump. It really was more of a cult.
Absolutely.
When you think about this,
It still is.
when
Yeah,
you think
it
about
still
this,
is.
I actually said this. So I said, they would have never made it had they been African American. They would have arrested everybody on the block. The FBI would have had a program, literally named it and threw it in their face. All neighbors matter. Everyone on the block arrested.
Oh yeah, I think even worse
The
than
dog
that.
would have been.
Yeah,
The dog would have been arrested.
agreed.
I think what's really something is we're seeing now that the damage that this man has caused in the past 4 years, that America does not really know a normal presidency and a normal job from what you've had before. Because think about this. They got so used to Trump's fanatics and his carnival barking that people don't know a normal job, don't know what a normal president is. Maybe Harris and Biden, they're going through their trial and error, but this is what it takes to get things done. This man literally infected the country with COVID, and they still, in some parts of this country,
He's
they
murdered.
still want him back.
Yeah,
That's how
because
dangerous white supremacy
Derek,
is.
it doesn't matter because he understands us white folks. He understands we love our racism. We love our racism more than we love ourselves.
Because it's power, and you have people, and it's really sad, but it's really sick about white supremacy is it's taught other cultures to hate their own. Notice how each culture will always favor a lighter skinned person in that culture.
Yeah, it's all over the world, all over the world. Yep, great comments.
And I think what's going on is,
go ahead. Sorry,
in order to educate ourselves, we're going to have to be like Germany. Yeah, you're very aware how Germany has literally educated itself from repeating the past mistakes of the Holocaust. They want to own it and never go back to that again. America really needs to have a talk. I mean, you need to bring everyone, your audience is familiar with that line from the movie Baby Boy, that scene. Everybody remember the scene Baby Boy with Bing Rames when he's talking to Tyrese? Nah, you need to hear this. Because when it came to the Civil War, they embraced racism so much that they hung up participation statues. Literally, you gave the losing side statues. You gave them participation trophies. You were proud of going to war for this cause of slavery.
Yes, like I say, a lot of people talk to me and say, "Oh, Angry Soccer Mom, don't you think it's about time for reparations?" And I'm laughing my head off. I'm like, how about before that? How about it's about time that white folks fess up to the truth? We can't even admit systemic racism. We aren't even baby steps into this. I mean, it's like, are you kidding me?
If you want to talk about reparations and stuff like that, you just have to tell them you have given every other race reparations. Remember the GI Bill? How come white soldiers were allowed to benefit from the GI Bill and African American soldiers who served were not? You redlined them. You put them in ghettos. Think about it.
Sunday
Not to
towns?
say that people didn't work hard, that it was set up for them to win, and you stacked the deck for someone else to lose. You've also given other cultures a hand up to make it in America. Think about what happened in the 80s and the 90s when they had the Black Korean tension, because they were letting black Koreans come into the black community.
They play us against each other.
Start businesses, and they did not allow that for eligible black youth. Banks were allowed to discriminate, and they still do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this is what we do. We play. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
How did you learn about the GI Bill?
Go ahead, go ahead. Your thought?
No, I said, how did you find out about the GI Bill wasn't given to black
That
soldiers?
is exactly what's going on.
I don't know if I can hear you.
Can you
Derek?
hear me?
Derek, can you hear Anastasia?
Yes, I can hear her.
She asked, how did you personally find out about the GI Bill, that it wasn't given to black soldiers? Personally, like, how did you know?
That came out over time. It started to come out a little bit later. I didn't find that out till I was in believe it or not, till I was in my 30s. I did not find out that usually if you served in the military, your GI Bill, they would allow you to go to school on that and start alone. I did not find that out till later, that you had a lot of black soldiers that were ineligible for that. I found that out through education, and that's what made my jaw drop, because war is hell.
The reason why I was asking you,
and everyone, they also found out they served in segregated units too. And that's when people thought the Civil Rights Bill was beginning of the Southern Dixiecrats go get into an uproar. It actually was when they started to integrate military soldiers serving in the serving. That's when that was the first thing to get them riled up. And then after, when LBJ, like the controversy with LBJ, with Democrats and the Democrats in the South, he knew that he lost the South. He told all those senators after they passed the bill that we're not going to be in power for a long time. And that's when you saw all those Southern Dixiecrats from the South become Republicans. People like Strom Thurmond, Trent Lott.
Garrick?
Another one was, yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Anastasia had a question, but I don't think you can hear her. She was trying to make a comment. Can you say it to me, Anastasia? For some reason, you can't hear her.
Right. What I was telling
I can't hear her.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. Give me 2 seconds and I'll tell her what she's saying.
What I was saying to him was that, when did he find that out? Because I was in the Army for 24 years. At no point in time did they ever mention that the reason why it's the new Montgomery GI Bill is because black people couldn't get it. Number one. Number two, as far as the home loans, we were denied that as well. That's why I was asking.
Okay. Did you hear her question, Garrick?
No, I didn't. What was your question?
She was basically asking, it's more of a comment. She was asking because she wanted to know, she was in the Army for 24 years and she didn't find out until she was out of the Army about the GI Bill being denied. And also there's other things that were denied, housing. And I mean, she's just kind of curious.
Yes. No, there's a lot that was buried, because despite America telling them to, African people of color, to move on, black areas to move on, there is a lot for them they don't want to admit to. You're behind for a reason. If I stack the card in the game for you to win, for someone else to win, for someone else to lose, that's a different ballgame.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, Garrick. I always appreciate your perspective.
Right. Happy New Year. We'll definitely be in touch. Love your show.
Thank you. You're wonderful.
Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa.
Sweet. Yeah, he's wonderful. He's a historian. He really knows a lot. For some reason, he couldn't hear you. I don't know why.
But that's the truth. A lot of the things that we're talking about, I didn't find out until I got out of the Army, that the GI Bill, the no down payment for a house, all these things, like some of these were, because now they're trying to give, I think it's World War II veterans and their kin money. Like, those people are dead. Like, and if they have kids, their kids are probably older and elderly as well. Are you serious right now? all of these Vietnam vets that got kicked out. Let's talk about the Desert Storm people that was kicked out the army or military for personality problems when they had PTSD. How about you fix that?
Well, you know what? And we got to wrap up our show pretty soon because
Okay.
it's been one hell of a week. But I want to tell you, I just talked to my friend. I guess it was today. Damn, it's been a long day. My friend today, or was it yesterday? I can't even keep track. My head's spinning. And he might even be watching right now. But anyway, he was in Vietnam, and he was telling me about Agent Orange, and he was telling me they never even told them that they were eligible for money, and they don't pay it in retroactively. It's whenever you figure it out. What kind of bullshit is that? That's sick. That's some sick shit. That's some sick shit. But dang, I just want to. Do you have anything else to add, Anna? Because we got to wrap it up. I got to end.
That's some sick shit, just like you said.
Comment of the year. I mean, but anyway, I just wanted to thank everyone for being here tonight. Anastasia, I love having you. I will see you next week, and every single person here is just amazing for jumping in and talking and making the show really nice. There's a ton of other stuff that went down in 2021, but we can talk about it another time. If you feel like I do, that it is just way past time for white America to step up to the plate and to take some racial responsibility. Please continue coming to the show. I'm on Patreon, Vimeo, Twitter, Facebook. I can't even name them all. I'm on TikTok, but I don't know what I'm doing. Please join me in as many of my communities as I can, and as you can, because God knows I'm getting kicked off of the one a week practically. So you never know. And get a hold of me in person if you want to come onto the show. Anna and I want to have guests on and jump in, tell us what you want to talk about. And can't thank you guys enough for being here. So have a safe and happy New Year. It's been crazy. Like, that's a nice way of putting it.
Happy Kwanzaa, everybody. Happy New Year. Love, love, love. See
Love to
y'all next
everybody.
week.
Thanks. Good night. Thanks,
Bye.
Anna. You're wonderful. Bye-bye.
So are you.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.